it's time for us to discuss something very fascinating. During the lockdown, we had all kinds of challenges with children, particularly preschoolers and all of that, how to engage their minds. Recently, there was, just a couple of days ago, we had a World Play Day, and so on. And someone is doing something very innovative, very interesting. And she's called Mrs. Mary Koomson. And she has something called Storytime with Mary. Let's talk to Mary right now. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. How are you?
Hello, Mary.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you this morning?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, so give us a little bit of history. How did you get into Storytime with Mary? How did it all begin?
Yeah, sure. So I have two very small children. So I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And I'm actually based in the UK at the moment.
UK?
And yes, and I've been on lockdown. So we've been at home since the 13th of March.
Wow.
And I've been at home with these two small girls, trying to work full time and also make sure that they get education that they need. And I realized that there's probably a lot of parents that are also struggling to do the same thing. I enjoy reading to the kids. I'm always very animated when I'm reading to them, and they love it. So I wanted to share a bit of that with other parents and help them to maybe get their kids off, some of these other YouTube channels and to look at more educational content on YouTube.
Yeah. Now, it's fascinating because I watched a few of your story time with Mary, and I was excited. I mean, I was fascinated by what I was seeing, and I think we want to show viewers a little bit of what it is that you've been doing, and then we'll continue the conversation.
Sure, no problem.
Hello, my book-loving friends, and welcome to Storytime with Mary. This is where we get to read all of our favourite books. So, what book do we have for you today? Let's get started. Today's favourite book is Hey Dougie, Good Night Dougie. If you've got this book at home, why don't you run along and grab it now so that we can read this together. It's a very noisy day at the clubhouse. Bang, bang, boing, boing, spin, spin, boom, boom, vroom. Woof! Dougie thinks it's time for a glass of milk, shout the squirrels excitedly. Betty, Happy, Nori, Tag and Rolly slurp down their milk. They yawn. They look very sleepy now. Perhaps now it's time for the squirrels to rest. Dougie has an idea. He grabs his banjo and some books. Then he gets all the cushions and teddies, and makes them cozy beds for the squirrels to sleep in. Squirrels, it's nap time! The squirrels come running over and snuggle in. Dougie plays a lullaby on the banjo and tells the squirrels to sleep well. Dougie! Shouts Tag. We haven't had a badge today, Dougie. Dougie thinks for a moment. Then.
All right, so Mary, now honestly, this is just mind-blowing for me. What were you doing before you started to getting into this? What do you do as your 9 to 5?
Oh, I have a day job. So I actually work in investment banking for an asset management firm. I look after database marketing and digital marketing across the EMEA region. Okay. So I do have a full-time job. So this is in my spare time to help the kids to read.
Okay. So let me find out. So apart from of course, you wanted to do this with your own children, right?
Yes.
And you do it with your own children. But I want to find out from you, what is it that actually inspired you to say, let me share this with other people so that if they can't do that for their kids, at least they will get to see what I've done and benefit from that?
So I think my whole inspiration comes from, firstly, I love reading to kids. As you can see, I'm really passionate about it.
Yeah.
But also, I think that as a parent myself, and I have, like I said, I have two very small children, and working from home at the moment with the current coronavirus situation, I realized that it's really hard for parents to find that time to do this. So I came up with this initiative to help the parents to, even if they're going to give their children the iPad or their phone to watch YouTube, to watch something that's going to educate them. A lot of research suggests that, especially with really young children, if you read to them, it helps to stimulate their brains, and it also helps with their communication skills. So I really wanted to help other parents to be able to do this as well.
Yeah. Now, World Play Day just passed. How important is it for us to focus on that stage of children's lives?
It's so important. So playing, here in the UK, my children go to a preschool. They haven't been to school for 3 months though, but they learn through play. So playing is one of the most important things that children can do at this age, at this young preschool age, to help them to develop their social skills, their communication skills, and also just their ability to think.
Yeah. So looking beyond this, right? Now you've started doing the YouTube videos and all that. How are you looking to going commercial? I'm thinking about production cost and all that, because I look at the videos you've done and I can see a fair bit of work has gone into this.
Yeah, my husband actually is editing it for me, so it's more of a family thing at the moment.
Okay.
It's not a commercial initiative at all at the moment.
So your overheads are very low.
Yeah, we do it from home. We've been at home for 3 months, so I shoot the videos, and then my husband will edit it and post it online for me. So he's been very helpful.
Yeah. Well, what about now? I think it's a big hit. I mean, I don't know what's some of the feedback you've been getting.
We've been getting great feedback. So, parents with children, I've even got feedback from adults who said that they enjoy watching it as well. So we've got a lot of really good feedback, and I'm really pleased with the feedback that we've been getting.
Are you looking to commercialize?
Not well at the moment. Honestly, the reason it was started was to help parents to educate their children, to support parents just like myself who are struggling at this time. So it wasn't started with commercial initiative in mind at all.
Now I love it, and I started watching it just yesterday, and I'm serious. I'm just asking myself, I wish I had something like this when my daughter was a toddler, right? Now, the thing is, I think it's very important to have someone reading to you stories back to back, but also someone that you can relate with, who looks like you.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about that.
Exactly. I think that's also very, very important. So obviously I'm Ghanaian. I was born in Kumasi.
Okay.
And I moved to the UK when I was 3. But then I came back to Ghana in 2011, and I was there for 6 years, working in Ghana. And I realized the importance of having people that look like you that can relate to your children as well. So, being in the UK, and my kids, they have a lot of different, people surrounding them, which is fantastic. But I want to also give them a role model to look up to.
Yeah, yeah. Any other hidden talents that we don't know about yet?
Oh, there's a lot, so growing up, my dad plays the organ. Actually, he plays at Christ the King in Accra. And so, we all learned to play the piano from a young age, so I'm trying to teach my 4-year-old daughter to play the piano at the moment. So, there's a few things. It's just trying to find the time as a working parent to, relate to your kids and to help them to really, bring out their own talents.
Yeah. Now, you just mentioned family back home. What do they think of it?
Oh, they love it. So I've had a lot of support, which is absolutely amazing. You know, like I said, you know, I was living in Ghana for 6 years, just recently moved back to the UK, and I've been sharing it with my family back home, my friends, my colleagues, and everybody's been so supportive of this.
Now, if you look post-COVID, going back to regular work, you guys are you still on lockdown? In England?
So I'm sitting in my living room at the moment.
Okay, so
yeah.
Once lockdown is over for you and you go back to regular life and all that, are you still going to be doing this?
Definitely. It's something I love. So I absolutely love reading to my own kids, and I think that it's been so well received. And you know, it's just something for the kids to enjoy and to you know, really get them into reading books. So I would definitely be continuing. And you know, you say getting back to regular life, but I have a full-time job. I work. I've been working from home anyway, and I've been doing it in my spare time.
Yeah. One last thing. What is it you do think about what you're doing that connects so well with kids at that age?
I think it's firstly it's the engagement. So I'm very animated when I'm reading the books, and also we're showing the books that we're reading to them as well to help them to start to recognize some words and some letters and the sounds that those words and letters make. And I think it's been really, really well received. So my own kids have been watching it and they're loving it. So I think that at that young age, they need to have something visual to look at. And I think that's what's connecting with them.
So you mean aside of reading to them, you're also showing them the videos?
Oh, they're loving it. Yeah. So, you know, the kids at that age, they love, you know, to go on YouTube. They love to watch things on telly. And so aside from reading to them, they're also watching the video. So I caught my daughter, you know, she kept skipping it back a couple of days ago. Yeah, they absolutely love it.
Yeah.
She kept saying, "Mommy,
you want to go back and go watch it again?" Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mary, for speaking to us. We've been talking to Mary Koomson, who is in the UK at the moment, and she's Ghanaian, but is doing this amazing thing of reading to children, young children. And as you can see, we'll show you in just a second, she's very animated and sounds very exciting, and I can imagine how kids will just love it, because I, as an adult, even love it as well. So let's take a look at her video again, and then we'll go for a short break.
Hello, my book-loving friends, and welcome to Storytime with Mary. This is where we get to read all of our favourite books. So, what book do we have for you today? Let's get started. Today's favourite book is Hey Dougie, Good Night Dougie. If you've got this book at home, why don't you run along and grab it now so that we can read this together?